Okay, today I will be explaining about the shell and tube heat exchanger. Okay, this is the general starting up procedure. First, we need to make sure that the equipment in a good working condition, and then we need also to make sure that the valve is closed before we start the experiment. Okay, and then we switch on the equipment. Also, we need to alter the temperature controller for 50 degrees Celsius. And then we wait for it until it reaches 50. After that, we can start the experiment. Okay, this is the different pressure indicator. One is for hot water and second is for the cold water. Okay, next, this is a flow rate indicator. One is for hot water and two is for cold water. Okay, followed by the temperature indicator. One will be the temperature hot water inlet. Two will be T inlet for cold water. 3 will be T outlet for hot water. And lastly, 4 will be the T outlet for cold water. Okay, now I will introduce the heat exchanger. Okay, this will be the heat exchanger, shell and tube heat exchanger. And then this one is the thermometer for hot inlet. And this one will be the thermometer for hot outlet. And this one will be the thermometer for the cold inlet. And last but not least, for the cold outlet. Okay. And these two will be the flow meter. One for hot water and then this will be for the cold water. Okay, to adjust the flow meter, we can adjust this valve to make sure that the flow meter are according to your experimental data. Okay, this one also will be the valve for the cold water. Okay, this is the tank for the cold water. And lastly, this will be the hot tank for the hot water. Okay, this is the hot water tank, and the hot water will be flowing from the tank to the pipeline until the valve and the pump, until the flow meter, flowing the red sign, going up and FT1, and going down inside the heat exchanger. And then it will be going out from the heat exchanger, flowing back into the tank. Okay, for the cold water, so the cold water will be going out from the cold tank, going through the pump and then flow meter. After that, the cold water will be entering the heat exchanger at the bottom and then going out at the onward, going through the drainage. Okay, for the experiment 1, we want to study the effect of cold water flow rate on heat transfer coefficient at constant hot water flow rate. In this experiment, hot water and cold water stream enter the shell and tube heat exchanger counter currently. Students shall study the effect of cold water flow rate on the heat transfer coefficient at the constant hot water flow rate. Okay, first we need to perform the general startup. Switch on the equipment, switch on the pump. Okay, now we open and adjust valve for the hot water until it reaches 20. Okay, you can see the increment in the hot water flow rate. Okay, next we want to adjust the valve for the cold water flow rate. You can see the increment in the valve in the flow meter. Okay, make sure it until 4. Okay, now allow for the equipment to be steady and the data to be constant, and then you can take the experimental data. If you want to take the differential pressure indicator, you can see for one is the hot water, and then for two will be for the cold water. Okay, wait until it's constant, then you can take the data. Okay, same for the flow rate indicator. If you want to see the flow rate for the hot water, this will be the flow rate for the hot water, which is 1, and then 2 will be the cold water. Okay, move on to the temperature indicator. Okay, 1 will be the T inlet for hot water. Okay, the temperature now is 49.3. And then the second one will be the T inlet for cold water. Okay, for 3 will be the T outlet for hot water. And last but not least, 4 will be the T outlet for cold water. Okay, going through the experiment, we need to change the flow rate for the cold water inlet, and then check the experimental data from the equipment and indicator. That's all. Okay, for experiment 2, we want to study the effect of hot water flow rate on the heat transfer coefficient at constant cold water flow rate. For this experiment, we'll be controlling cold water, and then we'll be adjusting or differentiate the hot water flow rate. For experiment B, will be the effect of hot water inlet temperature on the heat transfer coefficient at constant hot water and cold water flow rate. Okay, for this experiment, we'll be controlling the hot water and also cold water. Meanwhile, we'll be changing the temperature. Okay, now I will explain on the general shutdown procedure for this equipment. Please make sure that all the valves are closed. Okay, and then you can start to switch off the heater, pump 2, pump 1, and then also you can switch off.